So there is a huge buzz around machine learning and cloud solutions at the moment, but to help facilitate those solutions, a lot of magic needs to happen. So over the past 10 years, there's been a huge development in the hardware being deployed within the control layer. With those additional features, it allows us to gather data directly from the control layer, which then in turn allows us to deploy such solutions. And with that data, that gives manufacturers and process owners the ability to improve on what they've traditionally they've done throughout their processes. So with these additional features, it really allows us to be able to go from the traditional automation control hardware, which just ran a deterministic program that allowed us to carry out some basic logic, whereas now we can really use that hardware, the new hardware, to either handle data locally, perform complex algorithms locally at the edge using edge tech, alongside doing the traditional deterministic logic control of a machine, for example. So this technology is really forward thinking. Traditionally, hardware at that layer of the automation stack would have a single purpose, and having a dual purpose CPU with the deterministic side and the analytical side is really forward thinking from our partners at Emerson. If you look at their portfolio from an edge tech point of view, it's going across the board. So for the industry, this means that previous ways of connecting the unconnected becomes a lot faster. So from traditional routes of trying to connect a machine or a controller that wasn't connected on any form of network, now it becomes a lot easier and a lot simpler and a lot quicker with this two-sided controller. So at Novotek, we are very much aware of how the industry would adopt this sort of technology, because when you compare it to the traditional technology, it's kind of, you have to step back and think, how do we use this within our industry? So to do that, we are working with research centres across the country to figure out how we can connect from legacy equipment or new machinery, and so we can show that process of how that's done.